like that. Woo!
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Pull-Up Show. My name is BJ Matthews, a.k.a. B. Just before we get started, follow us on the YouTube page, the Pull-Up Basketball Podcast. Like, share, subscribe to all of our YouTube videos. Hit that like button as y'all come in here. Hit that like button. Hit the share and subscribe as well. If you guys come in here, this is one of y'all first times, hit that share and subscribe. Also, hit our Cash App, which is $BJ Matthews, a.k.a. $BJ Matthews, for all of this great content that we're giving y'all. Make sure you guys continue to support the Pull-Up Basketball Podcast. If I go through the show without having any type of commentary, through the comment section, make sure y'all hit that super sticker and super comment button to get your comments instantly read or questions instantly read. Let's get it popping. All right, so again, forgive me y'all for being a little bit late. I was watching a little bit more film on one of the games, so I apologize for that. But let alone I'm right here. I'm actually headed to LA from San Diego to the game. Gotta get up there ready for the Clipper game tonight, set up and stuff like that. So I'm on my way to LA. So if y'all hear some background noise, make sure you guys just ignore that, but we're gonna have a good, time to discuss some things. I want to discuss a little bit about the game last night. I'm sorry, I'm so ready for the game. I'm saying the Clippers, but I want to discuss a little bit about today. If you guys hear any type of staticky, make sure y'all let me know into the comment section. 1 second, let me know y'all in the comment section so I can make sure y'all hear as well. I don't want to have any static or nothing like that for y'all. So, alright. Alright. So, let alone, again, we are here. We are ready to go, man. I want to kind of talk a little bit about the game last night. The NBA is back in action, full effect. And this is the best time of the year for me because I get a chance to actually, give y'all this content consistently, man. So definitely appreciate y'all coming in, supporting the Pull Up Basketball Podcast, man. Shout out to my man Pedro Rosado. Hello, how you doing? My man OC Love was good. You good, BJ? Appreciate you. Again, if y'all hear any static, let me know, man. Let me know. I don't want to be staticky on here. So let's get it going. Last night the NBA returned in full effect. We had two great games. We had the Phoenix Suns and the Golden State Warriors, and we had the Denver Nuggets and the LA Lakers. All right. So nonetheless, in talking about this game entirely, there was a lot of good things that I saw. A lot of high pack energy. A lot of just great basketball all around. You know what I mean? So it was just a great time to see the NBA back in full effect. Again, as y'all come in here, man, hit that like button as y'all come in here. Let's talk about it, man. The Nuggets and the Lakers. Let's start with the first game, the Nuggets and the Lakers. Now, I'm going to go through a little soliloquy. It should take about 25, 30 minutes at max to kind of talk to y'all a little bit about what's going on. But I want to talk about the first game, of course, the Lakers and the Nuggets. Now, the Nuggets ended up winning and prevailing last night, and the score was a 12-point game. The Nuggets won 119-107, and it pretty much was led by yours truly. Of course, y'all know who that is. That is Mr. Nikola Jokic. If I go through some of the numbers right here, let me go through some of these numbers. Make sure I have the thing pulled up. If I go through some of these numbers for the Lakers, I see that you got Anthony Davis with 17, Taurean Prince with 18, LeBron James led the team with 21 points, 11 points for D'Angelo Russell, 14 points for Austin Reeves. Coming off the bench, you had Christian Wood, who led the bench with 7 points, Rui Hachimura with 6, Cam Reddish with 7 as well, and also Gabe Vincent with 6. Those are the guys off the bench for the LA Lakers. And if I go shift over to the Nuggets side of the ball. Sorry, I'm driving. I'm trying to get all this prepared for y'all as well. Look at the Nuggets side of the ball. We got Aaron Gordon, Michael Porter Jr., Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, KCP, all, in double figures, 15, 12, 29, 21, 20. Coming off the bench, you had Reggie Jackson, former Clipper, with 8 points. Najee with 4 points for the Nuggets, and you had Watson with 3 and Pickett with 2. So all in all, it was a very, very, up and pace game, very back and forth. You know, but in watching the game, I saw a lot of things that I wanted to, kind of discuss on. And I want to start a little bit with the Lakers, man. Now, this is the matchup that the Lakers, lost to last year to the Denver Nuggets. And they got swept, of course, in dramatic fashion. And people try to, try to pictate, like, how did the Lakers get swept last year? Right? I'm going to go into the reasons why they got swept. But I'm going to start with the first thing. First of all, the Nuggets came out of the gate shooting lights out, from Jamal Murray to, Aaron Gordon attacking the basket. Jokic was controlling the game, in all facets in that first half. They were controlling that starting five, and they just punched the Lakers in the mouth. Of course, you guys know the altitude in Denver allows them to have the advantage as well, just based off the fact that, when you start off in the game, the first 5 minutes, a lot of players be saying that it's very hard to play in that altitude. That's our advantage already. I thought the Lakers kind of held their own pretty good against the altitude, so it didn't really affect them much. Probably got there a few days before the game started to kind of get, acclimated to the altitude again. But this was a game where the Denver Nuggets just wanted it more. And, it was led by Nikola Jokic. Now, I want to talk a little bit about some of the Lakers' strengths. First of all, the Lakers did make some good moves this upcoming season. So, of course, Taurean Prince is a player that, was the unsung hero for the Los Angeles Lakers, even though they lost. I saw instantly what he was able to do for that team. That spread the floor and hit 3-point shots, right? And he's also a very seasoned vet. He's a very, very good piece, role player for the Lakers. And I can tell that he's built for the big moments, and I can tell that he's a true professional. A lot of times you might see a player go off in a game, and, it could be just fool's gold, but I can tell that Taurean Prince is somebody that actually has that DNA to play well in big games. How he was shooting the ball very comfortably, not getting rattled in pressurized situations. He just did his role, so I think he was the most consistent player throughout the game. Did not turn the ball over, and just hit consistent big three-point shots. So that's a very good pickup. Gabe Vincent, as I've told y'all before, a lot of people were talking about they lost Gabe Vincent, Miami Heat. No, Gabe Vincent lost Miami, not the other way around. As y'all come in here, smash that like button, man. Gabe Vincent, for people who say that Gabe Vincent was the guy that was just going to, be somebody that Miami lost, I told y'all Miami's culture is what allows those players to flourish the way they flourish. Gabe Vincent was very, very productive in Miami. I don't know why he left. I guess because of a little bit more money. But if you add the taxes out here in California, I don't know how much more he probably was going to make. But Gabe Vincent in Miami, that's where he should have been at. You guys are going to see this upcoming season. He's not going to look the same. And we saw that last night. I'm listening to some people's lives last night, and they're automatically saying that Gabe Vincent doesn't look good out there. I told y'all this. I told that blockhead dude Herm this, that Miami was the best fit for Gabe Vincent, right? But I saw Taurean Prince. I saw Gabe Vincent. Some of the adjustments that Darvin Ham did, I'm going to talk about that as well. Who else I want to talk about off the bench? Let me look through this. Gabe Vincent. Okay. Let me talk about this first. Because a lot of things I want to talk about the Lakers, and I'm going to go to the Nuggets. First of all, I already see both the Lakers with Denver and why the Denver Nuggets out the gate busted the Lakers in their mouth. First of all, the Lakers' problem, their weakness, is that guard play. D'Angelo Russell and Austin Reeves, for those that said Austin Reeves played a subpar game, that's exactly correct. Forget the 14 points there. I think the 15 points he had, it was a very quiet 15 points. Denver, what they did, if you guys watch, automatically put length on Austin Reeves. Now it's Michael Porter Jr. That's what's going to actually bother Austin Reeves. See, Austin Reeves looks good against smaller guards who don't really have that length and that physicality to match up with him. He looks like, they say the hillbilly Kobe. But when you put some length on him and you put some physicality on him, he gets a little bit rattled. He starts shooting more harder shots, harder for him to get to the rim. So that's what Denver did. They automatically cut the head off the snake because Austin Reeves is their most aggressive player as far as, scoring the basketball, surprisingly, right? LeBron James attacks the rim, but Anthony Davis is the most talented. But Austin Reeves, as far as, possession after possession, has the most aggressive scoring mentality. So Denver said, you know what, we're going to go ahead and cut that off by putting Michael Porter Jr. on. That's exactly what they did. D'Angelo Russell, this is I've seen enough with him against Denver. He does not play good against that team. His playing style is too herky jerky. He slows he kills the momentum, kills the transition. This is not the type of series that you can have D'Angelo Russell play against Denver. So I kind of see why people with the Laker Nation talk about that, how D'Angelo Russell is not that guy for them, because he's just entirely too little. And then you got Gabe Vincent falling up, who's going to be the same thing. Now, the thing about Gabe Vincent I like, though, is his energy, and that's that Miami DNA. He's the only guy that gets out there on defense. He had, I think, 2 quick fouls on Jamal Murray, but he actually was out there giving some energy and some effort. So I can take that, but he just, as far as offensively, he's not going to look the same, right? As y'all come here and smash that like button, y'all come here and smash that like button. Let me see. Pedro Rosado said, what a surprise, a coach by Kerr having problems defensive rebounds late in game. Oh, we're going to talk about that next, bro. We're going to talk about that. He said, plus AR-15 was good. Yeah, Austin Reeves, like I told y'all, man, Austin Reeves, when he has length on him and when he has physicality on him, or he has still some athleticism, he's going to struggle. Every time he plays us, he doesn't do anything like what he did against the Memphis Grizzlies last year, right? Because Memphis don't have the guards to guard him on that perimeter. Well, now they do. They got Marcus Smart, but Austin Reeves, for all intents and purposes, is a good player, but he has limitations as far as his physical attributes. Right, so out to my man Rick, bro. My man Rick, my co-host. Y'all saw him some love. He said LeBron and Prince and Wood were the only ninjas that showed up last night. We're gonna talk about that as well. Christian Wood, I think, because people talk about him too. Christian Wood, I would like to see him get more minutes. I would like to saw him got more minutes last night, of course, but it obviously didn't happen. I guess Darvin's just trying different lineups, but I'm not too crazy about, him not playing a whole lot of minutes. I thought he could play a little bit more. But the main reason they lost, well, I'm gonna go to in a little bit. But the shot making he did, was very solid. I thought the player they should have played more was Cam Reddish. I think with a team like Denver, you have to have length out. You got to match fire with fire. You cannot afford to have smaller guards out there playing up against them, because what that does is that Denver, all they got to do is just put their long 6'8", 6'9" wings out there, mixed in with KCP. Y'all don't forget KCP is out there as well. He's a good defensive player, very, very scrappy. That's all they did. They just beat the Lakers up on that perimeter. That's all they did. So I would have liked to see Cam Reddish more instead of D'Angelo Russell. Let Austin Reeves run that point guard position. Y'all say that he can run the point, and let Cam Reddish run off that too. Because D'Lo, to me, just doesn't have – you can't win with that backcourt against this Denver backcourt. You're not going to outscore them, and you're not going to outsmart them, right? So that's why I think D'Lo out there is kind of a double negative. And when he's not hitting shots, it's not going to be very, very pretty for them. As y'all come in here and smash that like button, I appreciate y'all coming. We should have over 16 people. We have over 16 likes. Hachimura, Rui Hachimura, obviously another player. Disappointed. But the thing about Hachimura I'm not too worried about is I think Hachimura just last night just didn't have it. I don't know if it was the elevation. I don't know if it was just his head. I'm not too concerned about Hachimura, because I think he does have dog in him. I think he has, great upside to him. I know a lot of Laker fans are disappointed in this, but I think he's going to be fine. It's just about him just, getting in the rhythm and then, him hitting shots. But he did get his money. I think he got his money this year. He got re-signed. So, hope he doesn't get, too comfortable. But I think he'll be just fine. I just think they just got to keep rolling with him. But let me switch to the Denver side real quick. Um, of course, the Denver Nuggets, like I told y'all, they spread the points around. Now, I didn't think the Lakers were going to lay down the way they did, but I'm gonna tell you what happened that really kind of put them in that bind towards the end of this. But the Denver Nuggets, if we look into their starting five, bro, their starting five is complete, bro. You got scoring, you got defense, you got length, you got athleticism, you got physicality, you got IQ, you got everything in that starting five, bro. And you got clutch shot making, right? Like I told y'all, about the first 5 to 8 minutes, they matched everything the Lakers did. They matched, right? They didn't get rattled. Every time the Lakers, made a shot, the Denver would come down, make another timely shot. And I think that's what rattled the Lakers a little bit because I think the Lakers were hoping if they came out swinging hard, that Denver would, kind of slow down and not make shots, but that's not what happened. Y'all know it at home, Denver's a very, very strong team. So they're not going to be rattled because the Lakers made a few jump shots. So then you got three guys that had over 20 points. You got two other guys in double figures. That starting five is lethal. So their whole mindset is to try to beat everybody else's starting five. So to be able to hold your head above water against Denver, you got to be able to compete with their starting five, no questions asked. Right? So Aaron Gordon killing them on the glass. He had 7 rebounds. That's the one person I want to talk about. Aaron Gordon is somebody that has to be he gives the Lakers problem on that glass, man. And this goes back to, again, having a small backcourt. The Lakers, listen, you have got to put size on the court if you're dealing with a guy like Aaron Gordon. That guy was, getting extra possessions, and because of his athleticism, he gives LeBron somewhat of a little bit of issues as well, right? Who I didn't talk about yet. Michael Porter Jr. Was he 2 for 9 from the field? He's just a jump shooter at the end of the day, but I mean, he really didn't have to do much because the Nuggets had everything under control everywhere else. KCP again knocking down threes, making very, very timely good possessions, shooting a 3-ball very well. That all those little key ingredients really help the Denver Nuggets, prevail. Like he's their glue piece. Since Bruce Brown's no longer there, KCP is about to carry more of the load. And they're going to have to hope and wish that these other guys, like Christian Brown, like Reggie Jackson, comes along for the ride. But not let alone like Denver's, starting five. It's a lethal starting five, y'all. Now let me talk a little bit about the big dogs. Now, of course, the big dog LeBron. I got no complaints about LeBron last night, man. As far as I'm concerned, I thought that he played well. I thought he played, at a high pace. If y'all can hear me, make sure y'all can hear me. Make sure y'all can hear me. If y'all can hear me, give me a thumbs up. If y'all can hear me, give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Luke. All right, cool. Grand man, so I can hear you. Okay, bet. Now, like I said, let's go to the big dogs. Let's go to LeBron. All right, I got no problems with LeBron last night, man. I thought LeBron James actually played very, very conservative. He had 21 points, I think 28 minutes. They managed his minutes. They didn't try to, overuse him. So I thought he played very well. I thought, he got most of his points by attacking the rim, not too many jump shots, which is fine. So I have no complaints about LeBron. So what I see with LeBron, what Darvin Ham is doing is he understands he's 38 years old. He's not no longer a young kid. He's a young pup. So they're going to try to preserve his energy as much as possible, right? So, again, LeBron James is, 38 going on 39. So he's trying to coast. and trying to play at a very, very, high level for his age and at his position. I thought he kind of, controlled the pace. Um, I thought he did get a little bit rattled because of Denver's athleticism. Again, Aaron Gordon gives LeBron James problems because he's not as strong as LeBron, but he's definitely able to hold some of his weight. He's more athletic and just younger. I mean, that's just what it kind of comes down to when it comes to, that matchup. But let alone, like, he did his thing as far as, what he can do and what he can handle. So where did the blame go to? For the Lakers losing that game. The blame for me goes to Darvin Ham and Anthony Davis. Darvin Ham because of the lineup that he actually threw out there, and Anthony Davis for not taking the game by the horns. Listen, I had a chance to really kind of, get into why I feel like a lot of Laker fans complain about Darvin Ham. I kind of see why now. First of all, like I said, Austin Reeves and D'Angelo Russell are too little to face in that backcourt. They're not able to handle that length that Denver has. They're not physical enough. I mean, they're not big enough. They're not leg enough. And the guards for Denver matches their physicality. So if I'm Ham, I'm going to put more length on the court. I'm going to take out D'Angelo Russell and put in Cam Reddish, right? Because Cam Reddish is 6'8". I just think Cam Reddish needs more of an opportunity to play. He said he believes in him. He said he's going to, be a big push from this year. So I would try to start Cam Reddish over D'Angelo Russell next game they play. Because Cam has length, he can shoot, and he's not going to get picked on defense. So that was Darvin Ham's mistake by leaving those two in the, primary part of the time. Now, Anthony Davis, listen, I don't want to really hear too many people talking about, AD, how could he do this and this, that, and yeah, because I told y'all on that top 10 list that they made that trash top 10 NBA list that Anthony Davis was not a top 10 player. But you had so many people say that Anthony Davis was this, Anthony Davis. I said, bro, Anthony Davis is great one night, and you can't find him the next night. And that's exactly what happened last night. 17 points in the first half, 0 points in the second half. Goes 0 for 6 in the second half and had 7 rebounds, but he was non-existent. Like I said, I think the Lakers tried to bank on trying to attack the Nuggets early and hope they wouldn't have matched their physicality, wouldn't have matched their scoring. But once they saw that Denver wasn't going to get rattled, they didn't have a second answer. And that was led by Anthony Davis. He didn't have a second answer. He was just out there trying to, be a part of it and just hope that Denver didn't do nothing back. See, the problem with Anthony Davis is it's not his skill set, it's not his size, not his physical talent, it's his mentality, right? There's guys out there who have all the talent and skills. Anthony Davis is 6'10" with supreme athleticism, who can play both ways. Now, I had him. It was funny. I had him as my all defensive second team this upcoming year, all NBA second team. But when he goes up against Jokic, man, I mean, I think it's clear to say that he has no answer for him. And this is another thing I want to mention too. Y'all smash that like button. For those that say that Anthony Davis shut down Jokic in the bubble, that's not what happened. What Anthony Davis, what they did was they were able to have Dwight Howard, JaVale McGee, and Anthony Davis to bother Jokic. See, you can't guard Jokic single-handedly, single coverage. You got to have help side defense dealing with them. Why is that? Because Jokic is entirely too big and smart with his IQ. If you try to double him, he's going to find the open man. If you try to single coverage him, he's going to, so he can, bully you and, post you up. That's Anthony Davis's body is not strong enough to handle that type of weight of Jokic. Now, Dwight Howard could. That's how the Lakers were able to easily beat the Nuggets. They had Jamal Murray. They had, Michael Porter Jr. They didn't have Aaron Gordon. That's a little bit of a difference. But let alone, Jokic was very, very average in that series. See, the way to beat Jokic, you have to have a guy as big as him if you're going to do a single coverage, or you got to have two bigs, one behind him and one in front of him, or you got to have a big and a guard to deal with his to pick off passes behind him, and jump his passes. And that's when he's gonna start getting frustrated. He's gonna start yelling at the refs and all that stuff, putting his head down. That's how you defeat Jokic. But what the Lakers were trying to do, and I don't know, this is nothing with Darvin Ham, allowing Anthony Davis to single coverage him was the biggest mistake they could have had. Because all Jokic was doing was posting Anthony Davis's up, doing them little hook shots, flicking the ball around. He has very quick hands. And it was just barbecue chicken all night. But back to Anthony Davis. Until Anthony Davis mans up and tells Jokic that it's me and you, mano y mano, the Lakers are never going to win. They're never going to beat this team. Shout out to my boy, the realist, for saying like he had the Lakers can beat the Nuggets. Bro, they can't beat the Nuggets, bro. Because their best player, Anthony Davis, has no answer for Nikola Jokic. I don't have no problems with LeBron because LeBron James, he shouldn't be having to deal with trying to be the number one option. He gave the team to you. He said this is your team now, but he has no answer for Jokic. So if you can't stop him single-handedly, you still have to be able to score your points on the other end. But when you allow Jokic to have 29 points and have a triple-double, you're basically saying like you're no match for him. So in order for Anthony Davis to for the Lakers to finally, break out their shell, he's going to have to match up with Jokic and show that he's on the same tier as him. Because every time the Lakers made a little bit of run, I heard people saying last night, well, the Lakers almost won. They were that. No, what was happening is when the Nuggets took out Jokic, that's when the Lakers would make their run. They would keep in LeBron or AD, Cam Reddish, Taurean Prince, those players, Christian Wood, I believe, too. Then they would make their run. But when they put Jokic back in the game, then they would automatically go from a 2-point lead to like a 10-point lead within 3 minutes. So the Nuggets were never worried about the Lakers, taking over the game because they know they have that other guy, Jokic, which brings me to say this last thing I'm going to switch over. Denver's bench is going to hurt them this year because, again, their bench doesn't allow them to have their stars to rest, and they know that. The loss of Bruce Brown and Jeff Green is going to hurt this team. They're not the same team as last year, but against the Lakers, they're going to always be able to win because, again, Jokic always beats up on Anthony Davis. He's been doing it last year, and he did it last night. So in order for them to continuously be great, Jokic, that starting five is going to be lethal. But once you match their starting five, they got to go their best. That's when they're in trouble. Right? So, great game by Denver. Jokic definitely showed that he's the best big man. Well, I won't say that because here's the thing about Jokic. The only person that can really match Jokic is Embiid. When I watch Embiid play Jokic, he always destroys him. This is my problem with Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid has all the tools to outdo anybody, but when he goes up against Jokic, bro, he destroys Jokic. Go watch the games. Go watch the numbers. Jokic doesn't be doing all that stuff he did to AD. You're not going to bully Jokic. You're not going to out-quick him. You're not going to athleticize him as well. But I can't give it to Embiid because he doesn't have a championship and he doesn't show up in the playoffs. But when he faces Jokic, bro, y'all go watch those head-to-head matchups. Embiid destroys Jokic, man. There's games that Jokic is unplayable against Embiid. Right? But I got to give him the best big man because he got the championship and he wins. Right? So that's my soliloquy on that. Y'all smash that like button as y'all come in here. Let me go through some of these comments. He said, Grandman said, 80 just got to hit the weights. I said that before too. 80 doesn't work on his body enough in the off season. You could tell. He said Reddish already proved in the preseason that he cannot pass the ball. You can't start him. No, you can't because, like I said, let Austin Reeves be the point guard. Let Reddish be the two. Reddish ain't gotta play the point. Let him come off and play off ball and let Reeves be the point guard. Jamal Murray ain't finna strip Austin Reeves, man. If you let Austin Reeves run the show and stop letting D'Lo run it, then you can actually get more length, right? Good morning, Unc. How you doing? How you doing, man? He said Embiid got that. Well, yeah, he got everything over Jokic. He destroys Jokic every time he plays him. But I cannot give it to Embiid because Embiid doesn't close the deal when it matters, right? Juan R. Martinez said 80 he's soft. When he plays against Jokic, he's soft. Again, the Lakers, Anthony Davis did not stop Nikola Jokic in the bubble, man. What he's good at is if you have another big, he was bigger than Jokic, then he can come on the help side and flick the ball away from him. But he's not stopping Jokic head to head. He said it's stupid as F for the Lakers to restrict LeBron's minutes. He's their best player. It doesn't matter how old he is. See, that's the problem, bro. He shouldn't be their best player. I don't think he is their best player. I think he's their most mentally tough player, but he's not the most best player on the team, in my opinion. So I think what Darvingham did was right in that instant. I think, like I said, you should have had. It was a good thing to see that because now you have to force Anthony Davis into a corner to actually say to him, look, can you handle this or not? If you can't handle this, you probably have to trade you. I heard this last night on Ticket Show, and it was kind of a surprising thing, but they said Embiid, they would trade AD for Embiid right now. And I would do that same trade because you're not going to win with that mindset. Because, see, the only thing that the Lakers got to deal with is Jokic in the West as far as bigs. You don't have to deal with everybody. You just got to deal with, Jokic. And Anthony Davis cannot deal with him. Joel Embiid can. So that's why I say it was a very telling thing last night, man. Anthony Davis has no answer for that, man. But let me switch to the next game and let y'all hit the like button. The Golden State Warriors lose to the Phoenix Suns last night, 108 to 104. Of course, led by yours truly, Devin Booker. I gotta talk about him in a little bit. I'm gonna let y'all in. But the Suns were able to prevail on the road, 108 to 104. Kevin Durant's homecoming back to Golden State. Chris Paul back with play against his old team for the first game. There's a little bit of a rivalry between these two. A lot of things I want to kind of discuss. I've said this before that the Suns are that team that give the Warriors issues. Why is that? Because they can score just like the Warriors can score. Right? They can score with the Warriors. They've been doing this for the last couple of seasons, as a matter of fact. They're the team that gives the Warriors trouble because of their scoring prowess. Right? If you can't score with Golden State, or you can't stop them, it's gonna be a hard night. Right? So you add in two prime scorers. Bradley Beal and Kevin Durant. It's going to be even more trouble for the Phoenix Suns to beat them, or the Golden State Warriors to beat them. So now you're in a position where right now they got a big task on their hands. So if you look at some of the stats, let's look at the Suns. You got 5 players for the Phoenix Suns. You got in the starting lineup KD, Josh Okogie, Yusuf Nurkic, Grayson Allen, and Devin Booker. KD had 18 points. Josh Okogie had 17. Yusuf Nurkic had 14. Grayson Allen scored nothing, a big 0. And then Devin Booker had 32. Coming off the bench for the Phoenix Suns, you had Eubanks with 4. Eric Gordon with 10. Shout out to Eric Gordon, former Clipper. Watanabe with 8. Little with 3. That's what's coming off the bench for the Phoenix Suns. And if you go over to the Golden State Warriors, let me go ahead and put this up right now. The Golden State Warriors switching over to them. Their starting 5 was Kevin Looney, Andrew Wiggins, Chris Paul, Steph Curry, and Klay Thompson. Kevin Looney had 2 points. Andrew Wiggins had 10. Chris Paul had 14. Steph Curry had 22. Klay Thompson had 12, right? Starridge with 3 points. Jonathan Kuminga with 12. Corey Joseph with 0. Gary Payton the second with 1 point. Listen, let me kind of talk a little bit about this part as well. Y'all hit the like button, y'all hit the comment, share, subscribe. What I saw with let me start with the Golden State Warriors. Now, of course, they're missing Draymond Green. The big question with the Warriors is now that they got Chris Paul, how is he going to mesh with Draymond Green? I thought Chris Paul played a very, very good game last night. He was part of the charge that led back the Warriors in that 40-19 run in the third quarter. He was able to make life easier for guys like Sturridge, even though he didn't make a lot of his layups. You can kind of tell that in that second unit how big Chris Paul is going to be. That's why I hope they actually bring him off the bench. I don't think he needs to be starting. I think Chris Paul should be coming off the bench because he's going to need to uplift that second core. I think Gary Payton the second and Chris Paul play very well together. GP is one of them type of guys that's one of them glue guys that wherever he's on the court, he's just in the right spot. So I like what GP brings to that second unit with Chris Paul. But Chris Paul played very, very solid last. I thought he, did more than enough to, help the team. It's just going to be a matter of what happens when Draymond Green comes back on the court. And when I look at also some other pieces, the Warriors, they have a very good bench. They have a very good bench. So even though they did lose last night, I did see some good things about them. They also have very good rotation. They using their length. I just think that the Suns just had a little bit better shot making last night, and they had guys to make shots, down the pivotal points of the game. Now, it's like I said, the Suns are a team that gives the Warriors problems that they can score with them, not just score with them throughout the game, but also in the critical moments. So that's going to be a problem they're going to have to figure out. And people talk about Steve Kerr's rotation. I felt Steve Kerr could have done a couple things different, but for the most part, he played Moses Moody. He was a very, very good piece. Brought a lot of energy. He left him in the game for quite some time. I thought he could have left Steph Curry in, let him play for a little bit longer. But for the most part, I think Kerr made good adjustments as far as leaving Moody in and also taking Andrew Wiggins out and putting Josh Kuminga in. Because, listen, and y'all come in and smash that like button. Andrew Wiggins, I think he was he 2 for 8 from the field? Now, one of my, homeboys brought this up yesterday. He said, what type of Andrew Wiggins are we going to get this year? Are we going to get the aggressive Andrew Wiggins who was in the finals about a season ago? Or are we going to get the kind of, laid back, chill Andrew Wiggins where he's not attacking that glass. He's actually taking too many mid-range shots. Which Andrew Wiggins are we going to get? So last night, we obviously got the Andrew Wiggins who was more on the, last days ago, cool, calm side. So they're going to have to fix that down the line because it was so bad last night, they took him out the game. And they put Jonathan Kuminga in. Now, I do think Jonathan Kuminga, for all intents and purposes, even though he did have some mishaps, he was able to bring the energy. I can kind of see why Steve Kerr chooses to, keep him out at certain points of the game because, his decision making is not that good, but he matches it with his effort. He missed 2 critical free throws down the stretch last night, but you can tell that Jonathan Kuminga, you have to let him play to work out his mistakes. Once he works out his mistakes, he's going to be a very special player. But I think that was the best thing for the Warriors to leave him in last night because now he knows what it's like to be in there in the closing parts of the game. So I think it was a good thing, even though they did lose, that, for the long haul, it's going to be good for the Warriors. Klay Thompson struggling from the field. Let me see what his shooting percentage was. See what Klay Thompson's shooting percentage was. 6 for 18 and 3 for 11. Listen, y'all hear about Klay Thompson, the whole contract situation. Is he going to re-sign with the team? We don't know yet this upcoming summer, but it's clear that Klay Thompson's not the same player he once was. It's basically he's banking on his shot to fall, and when it's not falling, then he has very very bad shooting night. He's not the two-way defender he once was. Um, but his poor shooting hurts the team, man. Like the Warriors, when Klay Thompson usually has a great game, the Warriors win, and they win pretty big. So when he starts shooting bad from the field, they tend to lose. So for him to shoot 6 for 18 and then 3 for 11 from the three, I mean that hurts their team because he's gonna keep chucking. They're trying to show Klay Thompson the respect that he's a 4-time champion with the team, but at some point it comes down to, okay, how much are you willing to risk for them to lose? Like last year in the playoffs, I thought Klay Thompson was a big piece to why they lost that series against the Lakers. He was terrible, and that's why the question is going to be with Jordan Poole, how much are they going to really miss him? Because for people saying Poole was bad last year, there were games last year without Steph Curry. Poole won for the Warriors. He wasn't bad the whole season. He was literally just bad in the playoffs, and that's against the Kings and the Lakers. But now that you got Klay Thompson having these streaks and stuff, they don't have that dynamic scorer like that. Chris Paul, he's not going to be carrying the offense scoring wise. He'll carry the distribution, but he's not going to carry the offense scoring the ball. Right? Y'all smash the like button. Y'all come in here. Yeah, you a clown, Herb. Your dumb ass said the Lakers were gonna do this, that, and the other. You shut up, nigga. You an idiot. You don't know basketball. Huh? You don't know basketball, Herb. Watch, you gonna come in here and talk about take everything back he said, all that dumb shit he said. But I said the Warriors. He said the Warriors ain't gonna be. No, they're gonna be something. It's gonna be a matter of they're gonna have to Steve Kerr's got to let go of some loyalty, man. If a guy's not playing well, and I think he did a good job last night doing it by sending Andrew Wiggins. If a guy's not playing well, he got to sit down, man. Klay Thompson's bad shooting hurts the Warriors, right? But let me go to the Suns, man. Let me go to the Suns. Out the gate, the Phoenix Suns were, hitting shots. Devin Booker came out sports. I think he had 15 points in the first quarter. They made some good transactions. I can see why Yusuf Nurkic is going to be very big. First of all, Frank Vogel is the right coach for this team. I think we got to give Frank Vogel some credit as well. He did a great job of managing those players' minutes and managing their time on the court. Yusuf Nurkic had 14 rebounds. Like he killed the Warriors on that glass, and that shows you how much they really miss Draymond Green last night. So that's going to be another cause of concern for the Warriors is that front court. So last night was not a night for Draymond Green to miss. Yusuf Nurkic just did whatever he wanted on that glass. He's actually a skilled scorer around the basket as well. So Yusuf Nurkic was a good pickup. Josh Okogie, especially in that second quarter, was very, very vital for the Suns, getting offensive rebounds and hitting timely shots. He had 17 points, so it looks like he learned a little bit from last year's playoff series. So great game from Josh Okogie. Grayson Allen, had 0 points, but whatever. It's like he's filling in for Bradley Beal. That's another thing. When Bradley Beal comes back, that second unit is going to flourish because now they're going to be able to keep on Devin Booker or Josh Okogie on the court. They're going to be able to keep one of those guys on the court, Josh Okogie or, Bradley Beal or Devin Booker. They're going to be able to keep one of those guys on the court at all times. So that's going to really help them. Kevin Durant had a, inefficient night, 7 for 22, 18 points. I told y'all before, Kevin Durant's not he's barely a top 10 player. He's not the same dude he once was. He's a step slower. If he's not hitting his shots over defenders, it's not going to be the same. Now, not to say that he's still not great, but this whole thing, he's the top 5 or top 7. No. It's not his team anymore, man. He's not the best player on the team. And, it is what it is. But, other than that, KD's going, he's going to get 20 by accident on most nights. So I look at him average around 22, 24 points, about 24 points a game this year. And then, they had some great production from their bench as well. Damian Lee didn't play tonight as well. So, yeah. Now, the guy I want to kind of really talk about, though, and I got to give this man credit. I be on his ass a lot, and I be talking about him. But this dude right here, Devin Booker, I got to give him credit. When he was scoring the basketball in the first half, hitting timely shots, stopping the bleeding, hitting mid-range shots, hitting threes, he was able to control the pace of the game, right? Whether it was Jonathan Kuminga on him, whether it was, Andrew Wiggins on him. I thought the best player that guarded him was GP. So he just made timely shots. He controlled the pace. When the Suns gave up the lead in the third quarter, he was able to help bring it back. He had 8 assists. He had 32 points. It showed that he was willing to take the challenge to play, and just not score the basketball. So he made the big plays down the stretch of the game. So I thought that Devin Booker definitely was not just the best player in this game, but the best player, period, in both games, right? So I'm going to give him credit. I thought he controlled the pace very well. I thought he was, very, very, big for the moment. And he was very, very, he's very, very solid. I got to give Devin Booker credit for what he did. Let me see some of these comments. Yeah. All right. That's pretty much all I say about this, but let me go ahead and let y'all in, man. I'm going to go ahead and drop this link. Let y'all come in here. I got about 45 minutes for y'all, man, to come in here and kind of talk to y'all a little bit about, some of this. I'm going to let y'all kind of speak about what y'all thought about the game. A lot of good points I want to make. But let me play this video, and then we'll be back in about 2 minutes. Hope y'all don't hear too much background noise. But, yep, here we go. All right. Can y'all hear me? Hope y'all can hear me loud and clear, man. Hope y'all can hear me loud and
Yeah, I
clear.
can hear you. Yeah.
Sorry about it. I'm on the road. Oaktown, what's good, bro?
What's up, man? Finally get to catch you, man. I have to check in for a little bit before I go back to work.
Oaktown, you in, bro?
Hey, what's up, man?
What's good, dog? What's good, man? How you doing?
Hey, well, yeah. Well, you had good analysis of both games as usual. I'll say this, speaking on my Warriors. And I know Herm disagree with me on this, but I just got to say, you know what? I don't care about nostalgia when you still trying to win. The goal is to continue to win, and I can't worry about people's egos. Klay Thompson is just not the same player he used to be, and I don't think you coach a player based on what he was. You coach him based on where he is now. I don't like this idea of him on fours and all that type of stuff. I mean, it's like it just doesn't fit. CP3 should come off the bench, but actually, I'd like to start Kaminga, get some more speed and athleticism out there. I would bring Clay off the bench, start looking at tinkering with different lineups. Kerr said he's going to tinker with different lineups, nothing set yet. I think everything should be on the table right now. We're not the dominant team we used to be. I think Steph and Dre are the two most important guys on the team to start because they set a certain tone. Dre with the defense, another playmaker, Steph being your best player and scorer. Other than that, everything else is on the table, man. We got to be honest. If you're a Warrior fan, Clay has lost his shooting touch a bit. I don't care about him rushing shots. I don't care about him forcing shots. Shoot or shoot. And Clay used to do that before the injuries, but he made more of them. I think last night's game, we actually did pretty good considering that we're trying to find our identity, as you could clearly see. Um, CP3 is trying to fit in. I think he's passing up certain shots he would normally take because he's trying to get used to the Warrior system and moving the ball around. I saw us kind of hesitate at times where we probably should have shot. It's a work in progress to see where everything fits. But defensively, I thought we played pretty good considering who we were playing against. Um, Main thing though is the small lineup. Yeah, that the small lineup Steve Kerr falls in love with. It's got to be held to a minimum because even when we were winning championships, we weren't that small. We
Right.
always had bigger guys, but bigger guys who could play small. They were quick and fast and athletic. So that's kind of a misnomer. People saying how we've always been small. It was really mainly Steph Curry, and maybe you have to look at the Leandro Barbosa, but that's a guy coming off the bench. Guys like Ian Cook and so on. I mean Ian Clark and so on. So anyway, I thought it was a decent showing. We just shot the ball poorly, and Kaminga. BJ, we talked about this last season. There comes a point in time where you got to let young guys begin their journey to being what they need to be. They need to play through mistakes and play in crunch time so they get accustomed to being able to play at those times. Like Kaminga was shooting his free throws well, and then he gets to the end of the game where they really matter. He misses both. That comes with the experience of having that pressure with the game on the line. It's much different, but you got to let him continue to play through that. So I really think that at some point in time,
Right.
you drafted these guys for a reason. They need to become a part of what you're doing now so that you can see what they can be in the future. I just think Steve Kerr, with some of his rotations and his coaching, he's going to have to alter some things. A lot of ego checking the Warriors got to do. And I don't think that it has to be every single player, but there's definitely a couple of guys who we need a dose of reality if we're trying to compete for a championship.
Facts, facts. Oh man, good points. As usual, bro. Let me go to Mingle, and I'm gonna come back to you, Oaktown, because I got a question for you. But let me go to Mingle. What's good, Mingle?
What's good?
What you got? What you got?
Well, after analyzing them games yesterday, last night, real good. Oh man! First of all, with the Lakers and the Nuggets. Lakers just ain't good enough for the Nuggets. I don't want to say it. I hate to say it, but they just not good enough for the Nuggets. I mean, the Nuggets is too big for them, even though they got wings. The Lakers got a lot of wings this offseason, but they still not matching up good with Jamal Murray. He kill everybody on the team. He kill everybody on the team. Everybody that guard him, whoever they put him on, Torian Prince, whether they bigger than him, smaller than him, he just kill them. It don't matter who it is. Same thing with Jokic. Whoever they put on Jokic, whether it's Jackson Hayes, throw Anthony Davis out there, Rui, whoever, he kill them. It don't matter. And then their role players was even stepping up. KCP had 20 big points yesterday. Look at it this way. Their whole starting five was in double digits yesterday. The Nuggets whole starting five was in double digits. Now, if you got teams scoring like that and they whole starting five in double digits, it's gonna be hard to beat that team. I'm telling you now, it's gonna be hard to beat that team if you letting their whole starting five score in double digits. And on the Lakers side, you got Anthony Davis out there playing like he didn't want to be out there. Once Jokic start doing the stuff he was doing, Anthony Davis act like he no longer wanted to be out there. He act like he no longer was involved, no longer interested. He had 17 points off 17 shots. I'm gonna say that again. He had 17 points off 17 shots. I'm gonna go ahead and move on. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the Golden State Warriors and the Suns game. Now with that game was very good. I actually liked that game, and I thought the Warriors played really good. You know what I'm saying? Especially without Draymond Green being out there. I thought they played really good. And but Steph Curry, he gotta learn how to not shoot those shots. Some of those shots was untimely, and he didn't really need them. Like when it was close in the fourth quarter, they was like down by like 2 or 3. I don't even see why he was pulling those threes. They didn't need those threes in that moment. He should have tried to drive or kick it to one of his teammates or something like that in those moments. Just in those moments. And but the Warriors, I think the Warriors will be fine, man. They gotta get their defense a little better though. Their defense was lacking last night, but other than that, man, I think the Warriors will be fine. But I think the Lakers, man, the Lakers gonna be all right too as long as they don't play the Nuggets.
You hear me?
Yeah, we hear
Yeah,
you.
I hear you.
Yeah, hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I got a question for Oaktown. So I saw a lot of good things from y'all team, but I like y'all bench actually. I just think Steve got to do a better job of putting guys in their spots. Like Chris Paul, like you said, should come off that bench.
Yeah.
But I like y'all bench, man. GP, bro, I would love to have GP on my team. That dude just always in the right spots at the right time. And y'all Sarich, I think even though he kind of shot kind of bad, he's a skilled big. I think CP is going to make that bench better. That's why I think he should come off the bench. Not because he's not good enough to be a starter, but I think he's better off coming off the bench for everybody else. And I also think you absolutely right about Kuminga. Kuminga got to play through his – because you can tell he doesn't get rattled if he makes a mistake. He plays through it, but what he does get mad about is if Kerr doesn't give him the time to play through his mistakes. That's where he gets mad. So he one of them type of players, he's not going to get frustrated or he's not going to get mad over a mistake. It's going to be the next play. But with Wiggins, his mentality is if things aren't going his way, his aggressiveness goes down. So I kind of like the fact that Kerr chose to pull Wiggins out for Kuminga. So how do you feel about the bench? Do you like the bench that y'all got?
No, I like the bench a lot. When we were making the moves in the off season, I liked what we did. Our bench actually outplayed the starters in the preseason. So I think a lot of people have been overlooking our bench. Um, for me, it's about who you use, how often, and when it comes to that bench. Um, I actually think Moses Moody had the
Oh
same
yeah, for him
effect
too.
for us that yeah,
Right.
Moody had the same effect for us that Okogie did, but Okogie got to keep playing. Moody should have been playing a little bit more in that second half because he was
Yeah.
responsible for us even making a comeback in the second quarter. Um, I also think that rookie Pajemski, the point guard, I actually want to
Yeah.
see him play over Corey Joseph. I don't think Corey Joseph serves much of a point. He's kind of redundant. He's another smaller, slower point guard. He's not as good as Chris Paul. And Pajemski, I just think for shot creation for other players, for himself, he can rebound. He's active. He's young. We got our best players are the oldest players on the team. So you need some youthful legs out there that can get up and down the court and give them a breather. I think Kerr's gonna have to rethink a couple of spots in that rotation off the bench. And I also thought Trace Jackson Davis should have got a couple of minutes last night because there were times where
Yes.
Sarge couldn't
Yes.
finish, and we
Yes.
we tried. There were times, BJ, where I'm like, why the hell are we feeding Sarge like he's Embiid or Jokic? There was
Yeah.
just too many times where Sarge was given the opportunity to make decisions in the post like he's a top interior scorer. That to me, that was just I don't know. But I think that right now we're just trying to figure out our identity. So it's going to take a good 10 to 15 games until we figure out exactly what we're going to be. But whatever we want to do, we need to figure it out right away and then stick to it so that we don't have these same issues as last year. But I like the bench.
For sure. For
I
sure.
actually one last thing too. I want to say, like when Mingo was talking about the defense. Actually, Mingo, I think our defense was better than what people expected, especially
Yes,
with
it
Draymond
was.
out. I
Yes.
think the
Yes.
problem with us, Mingo, our offense was so stagnant and out of sorts. Eventually, bad offense will lead to bad defense because you're getting the other team in transition. We didn't turn over a lot, but we took a lot of bad shots that were just like out of sorts to where it almost acts like a turnover, even though it's not. But I think our defense held up considering um, what we didn't have with Draymond, and also our offense. It stalled too much at times for me.
Right. Right. I thought the defense was solid actually with GP and I think the second string would got y'all back in the game. GP, Moses, Kaminga, CP, and I
Yeah.
guess Sarge is out there too. Um, but I like y'all bench, and as y'all come in here, smash that like button, hit the share, the subscribe, cash app on the screen, $ BJ Matthews if you want to show your love for this great content. Let me go to my man, the real is my guy. What did you think about last night, bro? About both games, and I kind of want to hear your soliloquy. Let me hear it.
What's good, y'all? What's good, man? That Golden
So
State, I call some of that Golden State. But I think it's the offense. I don't really think it's the defense with Golden State. Off, the offense looked kind of, off a little bit. And like Mingo said, Curry shooting them threes, which I don't get, but that kind of hurt them. I need to see Golden State with Draymond because, like I say, Draymond played a big part of that team winning. And man, Denver, who's your daddy? That's all I gotta say, man. LA team's gonna be in trouble, man, when it comes to Denver. LA team's gonna be in trouble. They better avoid that team in the playoffs. And I'm sticking with that, BJ. I don't think the Clippers can beat them, and I damn sure don't think the Lakers can beat them now. So I remember the Lakers said the Clippers got Denver problems. I think they got Denver problems too now. So
No, the Lakers got Anthony Davis because Anthony Davis can't match Jokic. That's what it's gonna come down to. Until AD looks him in the eye and tells him I'm on your level, they're not gonna move because they go as far as AD goes. See, the reason that first half the Lakers, they played good and they came out sloppy in the second because AD came out sloppy in the second. Like you always follow your best player's mentality. That's what the
AD
Lakers
look
is.
AD looked so sluggish, man, in that second half. He looked so sluggish. Like I say, I don't know, BJ. I
Hey,
don't know.
bro, I still think the Clippers. I think this year the Clippers will beat them. I'm gonna tell you why. Like I said, you don't guard Jokic single handedly. That stupid ass single coverage AD on Jokic was not working. What
No,
they should have had, and people say that AD stopped Jokic in the bubble. Nah, it was a collective with Dwight Howard and AD tipping it from behind, getting into the passing lanes. AD's not big enough. He's not physical enough to handle Jokic one on one. So if you're gonna have to, deal with Jokic, you gotta have either two bigs or what the Clippers have. You gotta have athletic guards to pickpocket Jokic and the help side defense
right.
because Jokic don't have no rim protector. What the Clippers are gonna do? Russ T Man's going to be attacking that fucking rim every single time, and it's gonna tire Jokic out on both ends. Bones Highland, if you watch, bro, he destroys the Nuggets every time he plays them. Jokic does not deal well with quick athletic guards getting to that paint. The Lakers' problem is they don't have the guard play to attack the rim. They don't have the guard play. Austin Reeves and D'Angelo Russell do not attack the rim aggressive enough to deal with that rim pressure. So that's why they struggle, bro. Like they don't have the guard play that the Clippers do
So
to
is it
attack
safe to
Jokic.
say? Is it safe to say Denver own both of the LA teams at this point?
Well, I would say Jokic owns AD. The Lakers can beat the Nuggets if AD matches Jokic because Denver's bench got weaker, man. Their
If
bench is going to be their Achilles heel. That's
if
why
my
I feel like. That's
BJ,
why I feel like.
if my aunt had a penis, she'd be called my uncle. So we can't go off if we got to go off the results we seen.
But it's not
And
the
I'm
same
seeing,
Clipper team.
but look, BJ, I get what you're coming from. I get what you're coming from. But like I said the other night, the Clippers got to show me that they can beat the Denver. They got to show me that. They haven't showed me that. And I was the one who was saying I feel like the Lakers can beat Denver. But now the Lakers showing me they can't even beat Denver. So as the result, going off the history, it's showing that Denver is owning both of the LA teams at this point.
Right. Okay, so I hear you. They got to beat them, but I'm just going off the team they have, bro. Like the preseason, when Denver was playing that starting five against the Clippers bench, bro, the Nuggets were not playing easy. You don't have a triple double like Jokic did in that preseason game and not play hard. He cannot guard the rim, bro. Like I'm telling you, Bones, Russ, and T Man, they're going to be attacking that rim, and also Jamal Murray is not going to be having that field day on Terrence Mann the way he does on D'Lo and Austin Reeves, bro. So I kind of see what you mean. You guys see it happen, but the Lakers, the Clippers match up better, and also Darvin Ham has to do a better job managing the players, man. I have no blame on LeBron James. Last night was all Anthony Davis to me. That was all Anthony Davis, all him.
Yeah,
So, BJ,
I
let me
think the
ask you this
fans.
question.
I think the fans just gotta accept that AD ain't gonna play the way that we want him to play, and that's that big man style. Like I said, he was a guard coming up. He's not gonna play the big man style. So
So, BJ, let me ask you this question.
What's
Uh,
up, brother?
so you think that Terrence Mann can stop Jamal Murray?
Yeah, he can slow him down. I saw it already. He
Mm,
see about T Man.
okay.
He's 6'5", man. And if you watch, I've seen T Man guard John Morant. I've seen him guard Jamal Murray. Hell, I've seen him guard Stephen Curry. What T Man does, he's a great point of attack defender. So what he's going to be, the Clippers, what they're going to be doing every night, which I'm happy they're starting him, he's going to be guarding all the top guards. That's what he's going to be able to do. That's going to take off so much pressure off of Kawhi and PG to have to do it. So that's going to make it fresh from them in the fourth quarter down the stretch of the game. Because another thing the Lakers have a problem with, they don't have a closer. So what the Nuggets did, they automatically put MPJ on Austin Reeves to start the game with length. Austin Reeves is not good with lengthy athletic players. He's good with, undersized guards who are not very good defensively. But when he plays athletic guards who has length, bro, the man struggles getting to the rim. He takes more contested shots. So the Lakers guard play is what's going to hurt them down the stretch against Denver. The Clippers don't have that problem. You're not finna Norman Powell, Russ. You're not finna Jamal Murray. What is he gonna do with them?
I think AR would get exposed this season because I think teams will key in on him.
Yeah, he on the scouting report now. He wasn't on the scouting report all the other years. Now team actually scouting for him. Now he ain't gonna do that. He ain't gonna do like he was doing last year and all those previous years.
Yeah.
But let me ask y'all a question, and I gotta, like I said, I gotta give him credit. With Booker, he controlled both sides. He was, great scoring. He was great, distributing the ball. How worried about you guys with Phoenix? How concerned with y'all them having a three-headed monster with KD, Bill, and Booker? Do you think that's going to hurt them? Because the scoring is not going to be. It's going to be who gets the ball. Or do you think Booker is going to prove that he's going to be a solid playmaker this year, and everybody's going to get their shots?
I think he'll be up for the challenge. I don't think it's going to affect Booker quite to the degree people may think. Um, I think that they'll still have to work stuff out though. Like there'll be a work in progress to some degree. But I think Booker will do a pretty decent job. He showed what he could do last night. He didn't force a lot of shots. He was willing to give the ball up when necessary late in the game. He didn't force anything. So I think for them, it's really about in crunch time, who's going to make the right decisions. And it doesn't just have to be Booker. It could be KD. It could be Bill, whoever. Just move the ball around and get it to the right spot. They got guys who could take the last shot like Booker or KD, so it's kind of interchangeable to some degree. It's about who's hot, and KD doesn't have to feel the pressure to always do it. So it's really about decision making, BJ. When you get to a certain level where you're expected to win, it's all about playing smart basketball. So some of that stuff in terms of who's going to be the lead guard, controlling everything, that's fine. But when you have that kind of talent, just play quality basketball. They probably won't be in too many close games anyway against the rest of the league. It's really going to be just the top teams that match up with them that'll give them fits. But if things go according to plan, they probably won't be in too many close games where that will be a factor.
Well, I'm gonna throw this in there. I agree with some of the stuff he was saying, but I'm gonna throw this in there. See, my thing with the Suns is, I mean, first of all, well, a lot of the teams is dependent on health. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw that out there first. Let me go ahead and get it out the way. Health first, because I mean, Bradley Beal didn't play last night already, so it's gonna be health. Secondly, I think that the Suns gonna suffer in the paint. Nurkic is not what it is. Jokic would average 40 and 15 on Nurkic easily. And that's not even adding the rest of the guys that they have on their roster down there in the paint. That's just Nurkic himself. Also, now Kevin Durant on the other hand, yeah, Kevin Durant shot real bad last night. I don't know what happened to him. He was turning the ball over. If it weren't for Devin Booker in that game, the Suns would have lost that game. If it weren't for Devin Booker, because Kevin Durant sure wasn't doing it at all. I don't know what he was doing out there. Then you got Eric Gordon. He was trash. Then you got Watanabe. He played pretty decent. He had some timely threes every now and again. He played decent, and Okogie did too. They both played decent. But that Suns team, I think the Suns will be okay. But man, Kevin Durant gonna have to step up. I don't know what he doing out there.
I think our defense handled him pretty decently. He could get any shot pretty much because he'll shoot over most people. But I think we did a good job of being physical with him and not letting him get comfortably to his spots. But yeah, he looked a little slower too. It's the first game, so maybe guys don't have their legs yet. But yeah, he didn't look that great. Hey, let me ask you, Mingle. Even though it's just one game, just from the feel of him, do you think that Suns team can be a bit overrated? Because I think people are kind of crowning them a little too early without them really having to work for it yet and show that this is going to work.
I would say they could be a little overrated, only for the simple fact that I don't think all those guys gonna be healthy, which is that big three. I don't think all those
Yeah,
guys gonna be healthy the duration of the season, which would be Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, and Devin Booker. I don't think those guys gonna remain healthy the entire season plus the playoffs. So that's why I say that yeah, they could be a bit overrated. And people could be overreacting to those guys. But also, like Elder just said in the chat, Kevin Durant is actually getting older as well. And
yeah,
and it shows on the court that he's getting older because he don't have like the movement, like you just said, he looked slow. He don't really have the movement that he usually have on the court, and like he lose the ball a lot. He like yeah, it ain't. I think it's a little overblown for me for the Suns. I still think they can be a good team, but what people saying, no, I don't think it's gonna be all that. And their defense sucked, by the
yeah,
way.
yeah. Yeah, the funny thing about them, like to me, Kogi and Booker were key to them winning last night. Kogi kept a lot of players alive. Hey, what's up, E? Um, and of course Booker was the best player in that game. Um, for me with Phoenix, I just think that until we actually see how all three of them mesh together, I don't think we should be giving them a path to the championship like people claim. Like they claim this Suns team is just gonna walk away with the West. I disagree with that. I think they're gonna struggle with the Lakers, but tomorrow when they play.
Hey,
Because
I agree.
the Lakers, yeah, I mean, because see, the thing with the one thing I'll say, like, we don't have another guy who can just get his at will if Steph Curry ain't going off. Like the Lakers got LeBron, AD at any given time can go for 33 and 15, even when LeBron goes for 30. It's just a matter, like you said, is what AD is going to show up. And the Lakers can be streaky from the 3 point line. They get to the free throw line a lot. We got to the free throw line a lot, and the Lakers do it better than us. So just imagine what they'll do. So I think the Suns need to kind of earn the respect that they've been given. Because at the end of the day, with the exception of Kevin Durant, I mean, ain't no real championship experience walking on around on that team.
see, and see, I appreciate that comment. Appreciate y'all's soliloquy, man. Y'all come in here and smash that like button. We got over 30 people. We should have over 30 likes, man. Hit that cash app on the screen. $ BJ Matthews. Piggyback on what Oaktown said. I, I don't think Phoenix has the championship either by far. I think the West is going to be it's going to be the Nuggets, the Clippers, Suns, the Lakers, and you got Kings, Warriors, all the other teams were right there as well. It's wide open. But I'll say this about the Suns. Because Bradley Beal was out, because I did see this, the Suns' second unit, when they play against better, other teams, they're going to have either Booker, KD, or Durant on the floor. So that's going to help the second unit scoring. So I do think with Beal playing, I think that's going to take care of that. Because last night I saw, because I think the Suns, they went through a long drought, and then there was like 66 or 73, and the Warriors got back into the game. If Beal was out there, then they would have been able to have the lead a little bit stretched out farther. So I think that would help there. But yeah, you're right. I feel like it's too premature to crown them anything right now, especially when I say about Phoenix mentality wise. They're not a tough nose. Well, in the past they haven't really been a tough team to me mentally. We'll see now, but yeah, I got to wait on Phoenix, and I do think with Kevin Durant, man, like he's not he's not getting around people. He's just pulling up and shooting. And then what the Warriors do a good job of, with GP especially and Jonathan Kuminga, they're very good at poking the ball and actually putting their hands in places where Kevin Durant's uncomfortable. So it's easy to say why he went 7 for 22 from the field. So yeah.
Mm.
But
Yeah, I just think, yeah, KD really, he ain't looking like he used to. When he shouldn't, because he's older now. But that might come back to haunt Phoenix too, though. If KD is slower, and Mingo talking about the injuries, I mean, you got to figure, if guys get hurt during the year, how do they come back in the second half of the season? That's going to be interesting to see that. But definitely, Booker is their best player. I don't even think we should even talk about KD in that regards anymore. Is Booker? He's the guy. I mean, I
I
never
agree.
thought I'd say this about Devin Booker, but no, dude, he was always pretty good, but I think he's going to another level now. He deserves that respect, but he's definitely their best player.
right.
I agree.
Cam the Hooper, my man said, to be honest, Okogie and Booker the only ones doing something. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what I said.
Kogi was getting all the 50-50 balls for the most part, and he was making timely shots. And then Booker just controlled the whole game, man. Shout out to my man Elder with the $25 donation, man. Appreciate you with that, man, on the Cash App. If y'all want to send y'all love to the Cash App, it's right there on the screen. But shout out to my man, Mr. Elder, for that, man. Definitely thank you. I got about 15 minutes left before I got to get in. Let me ask y'all this question. Um, if y'all had a choice, would y'all move? Would y'all? Do you think Klay Thompson is worth the money if this upcoming summer that he's asking for? I know Oaktown, that's your team, so I wanted to ask you that question.
Well, I need to know exactly the number, but I could tell you off the top of my head, no. I'm just, hey man, hey, look, man, I am not nostalgic because I believe in looking at reality. What happened in the past is the past. I do believe in paying Klay Thompson if it's reasonable, right? But at the same time, I also got to be honest with what I'm seeing. I don't believe in hamstringing the team in the future for something that may not be. I mean, I look at what you are today moving forward, not what you were. They paid that man when he had the ACL injury. He came back, got hurt, was out for 2.5 years. They've shown the man respect. You're gonna negotiate with him, but it got to be reasonable, man. Look, you got Kaminga and Moody coming up on extensions. You got to start looking at them. If they can help you win this year, let's say get to a Western Conference Finals, that's something to look forward to. You got to start thinking about the future along with the here and now. Klay Thompson is cool, but Klay Thompson also got to understand. You know what? You may not be able to play the same style of game you used to play. And I'm tired of this shit where the ball is in his hands. He's asking to make decisions. I mean, he's being asked to make decisions with the ball. It's like that's not his game. And then they're talking about putting him at the four. The last point I want to make too, I also blame the Warriors front office because you're talking about putting him at the four because you did not make it a point to get bigger in the front court. Our biggest problem, in my opinion, is the lack of front court scoring. Sarge is better than what we had last year, but you shouldn't be relying on him as a top tier interior player. Like you got to get some better front court scoring to balance everything out. It takes the pressure off your perimeter guys. And because we were lazy, we had this idea that only certain bigs can fit in our system. We pigeonhole ourselves into basically trying to be a specialist team. And when it doesn't work, you see what happens. So I put a lot of this on the Warriors too. You put Klay Thompson in an unfamiliar position now where he's having a guard force, and then you expect him to go out there and still play the same way he played on offense. And he's getting older and slower himself. I just don't agree with some of the things that they're doing. Mingle, you weren't y'all there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Nah, I'm done. Go
Oh well. I mean, I agree with everything you were saying right there. That was a pretty good breakdown. I really ain't got nothing to say after that. That's pretty good right there. I'm gonna go with what you
ahead.
said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me get Herm's cap and ass in here real quick before I
Toss
get into
it.
this arena. Herm, go ahead and cap. Go ahead and cap, nigga. Go
End
ahead.
of the day, despite the Lakers getting their ass kicked, which I predicted they was gonna get their ass kicked last night anyway, it's still better than the Clippers. I mean, nobody ain't worried about the strippers. That's what you need to focus on. Look, we got this like calm night. Tell us on the Clippers gonna win 58 games and all that. They ain't winning no damn 58 games. Shit, we don't even know if Kawhi PG gonna play 58 games. And niggas talking about they gonna win 50. They are not that talented. They are a year too late, and they are not better than probably the top 4 or 5 teams in the NBA. So while these guys sit up there trying to get the Clippers all the hype in the world, we've been giving them hype, and what they do, get their ass kicked in the first or second round, and they went to the conference finals without their best player, Kawhi Leonard. So what that tell you, man? Look. End of the day, y'all niggas gonna have your hopes up. Y'all niggas gonna talk about these other teams. Worry about your own goddamn team. Cause at least I tell the truth about
Shut up, nigga.
at least I tell the truth about my team. My Grizzlies, we gonna be a top 5 team in the West. But we gonna lose in the first round. That's just what we are. You know, my Bulls, we gonna be a play-in team. If we do get through the play-in, we gonna get swept, the gentlemen swept in the first round. Y'all niggas need to face reality like I face reality about my teams instead of being delusional and saying if we this and if we that, y'all are what y'all are. Kawhi Leonard admitted, he openly admitted he took shortcuts. He openly admitted that the staff did a good
Shortcuts
job,
how,
that the
nigga?
coaching staff did a good job, but he took the shortcuts, basically saying that we didn't do what we needed to do to beat her, which resulted in failures year after year for the Clippers. I can't give a team benefit of the doubt year after year, and they ain't done shit since the whole time they've been there since 2020. The Clippers ain't done shit but disappoint. So at the end of the day, you can say 50, Kahama, you can say 58, BJ can sit up there, say they top 3 seed, and all that goof ass shit that he want to say. They gonna get their ass kicked like usual. They gonna let everybody down. They go beat the Lakers in the regular season, but when it comes down to a 7-game series, that's why I betted you, nigga, that the Lakers would beat them in the 7-game series. 'Cause
Hey,
they damn short
hey,
undersized. They damn sure
You
don't
hey.
have
you
nobody that
taking
can
oh you
contain
you
Anthony
taking
Davis. Anthony Davis just can't fuck with Jokic. He can fuck with
Her,
everybody else. He just can't
you
fuck with
taking a
Jokic.
old ass role
So
player and
in
soft
end of the
ass
day,
nigga over
I
Kawhi
bet the
who
whole
won
Clipper Nation. I bet everybody that's a Clipper fan. If y'all want to bet, I take all bets on Clipper fans because y'all
hey,
some
Herm,
delusional, y'all some
Man,
Herm,
Herm, nigga, you the
delusional
Herm,
same nigga
Herm.
that
Hold
fanboys.
on,
said
hold on.
Jokic
Stupid
can't shoot.
motherfuckers.
Let me go to
Let me
Cam
hear
real
this.
quick. Hey, Herm, three racks, nigga. I already said 3 racks, nigga. If you want to take that bet, Thomas want that bet. He looking for your ass, man. He want 3 racks on that bet. I can't bet you because shit with the Clippers they didn't want to let me, but 3 racks, 3 racks. If you want
This
to take that bet with Thomas.
this nigga the Herm, the same nigga that
What
said
y'all
last
say? Can
year
y'all break
that
it on? I'm
Jokic
in
was
Honduras
overrated, nigga. This the same
right
nigga
now,
that said
man. So what
Jokic was
y'all say?
overrated.
Go
You
ahead,
It
said
don't
three.
matter if I
You
said
go
said
ahead.
three
Jokic
racks,
over.
man.
Guess what Jokic
You
did?
can't
Unlike
listen to
Kawhi
this
Leonard,
nigga,
he
bruh. He the
shut me the
same nigga
fuck
that
up.
said
He
Jokic was
shut me the fuck
overrated.
up. Unlike Kawhi Leonard, punk ass. Unlike
Man,
Kawhi
nigga,
Leonard,
Kawhi
he
got
shut
2
me up.
chips, nigga, and
Jokic
2
shut
finals
me up.
MVPs, nigga, and a
He shut
defensive
me
player
up.
of the year, nigga.
Can Kawhi Leonard do that? I doubt it. He waited a year too late to do that. And I was on this side. You can ask Elder. You can ask Elder Rufus. I was on the Clipper side. Until they showed me otherwise.
Nigga,
I
you been on
seen
them
what
everybody's
Elder
side.
showed me to like. Elder told me everything I need to know about the strippers. And I signed with Elder on that. So end of the day, y'all can believe in them. Y'all can believe in them motherfuckers you want to.
Last year you
In
was
the
hating
seven
on the
game
Nuggets. The
series, the
Nuggets
Lakers would
set
beat
you
the
up. Now
Clippers.
you hating
And
on the
that's why I
Clippers.
bet the
What don't
BJ
happen when
capping
the Clippers
ass.
set
And
you
that's
up?
why I bet Thomas. I bet any Clipper fan whatever they want to bet. Y'all some delusional fan. Y'all a delusional fan base.
Hey man,
When the
hey
Clippers win
let
a
me go to camera.
championship, nigga.
Go ahead, Cam. Go ahead, man.
When the
Go ahead,
Clippers
Cam.
when the Clippers win the when they win the championship, nigga, I'ma cook your ass, boy. We gonna cook this nigga, BJ.
He ain't gonna come on the show, man.
And what's the three
His
rack? And
ass
what's the
for
three racks
sure.
bet, BJ? Hey, BJ,
Three,
what's the three? BJ,
three
BJ, BJ,
racks.
what's the three
Three.
racks bet though?
Thomas want to bet 3 racks with you, man. Get my shine on. Want to bet 3
On
racks
what
with you.
though?
The Clippers when they beat the Lakers.
I'm trying to understand. I'm in Honduras, so I'm kind of breaking up. If I'm breaking up, so
The
on
Clippers
what though?
versus the Clippers versus the Lakers. 3 racks.
These niggas really hate the Clippers. Like, what the Clippers do to y'all, bro? What? Yeah.
I can understand Elder because Elder's a Laker fan, but this nigga Herm, I don't know what this nigga problem is, man.
Now,
I don't know
what's the
what.
3 racks bet for real? I ain't hearing y'all right now. That's what I'm trying to ask. What's the 3 racks bet?
3 racks, you versus Thomas. 3 racks, the Lakers and the Clippers. That's the bet he wanted to bet you on.
I can't take Herm serious, bro. The same niggas was hanging on Jokic, bro. And now you look at Jokic now, the best player in the league. Get out of here, bro.
Yeah, man. What's your thoughts on the games last night, Cam? I'm gonna let you go, and I gotta get up in here. Go ahead.
The Lakers, man. AD. I don't know what's up with that dude. I don't know if it's. I don't know what's up with dude. LeBron, he look his age. D'Lo was trash. Vincent was jack a lot records. I like the way Torian Prince played. The shots he was hitting, and Denver, they just look like the better team. They look like it's the reason why they the champs. As far as the Phoenix Suns and the Warriors, man, Steve Kerr. I don't know what Steve Kerr was doing last night. He lost them that game last night. Moses Moody came in off the bench, scored like 10 straight points, and he just took him out and then put him back in. Kuminga was giving you good quality minutes. Klay Thompson was jack a lot records. Steph Curry was making boneheaded plays, turning the ball over. And the Warriors they just look. I don't know what's up with the Warriors, bro, and Steve Kerr, bro. They got to get it together. As far as the Phoenix Suns, Devin Booker was by far the best player on the court last night. And D Book, man, he's just a bucket getter, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I thought Book was the best player, not just in the game, but both nights. I thought he was the best player. He just controlled the whole outcome of the game. Because Jokic, I think he missed and this will make it crazy. Jokic missed his first 7 shots in the second half. That's how you know Anthony Davis didn't do shit to over counter that. Because Jokic still had 29 points.
Right.
That is a damn shame. I feel bad for LeBron, man. I never thought I'd say this, but that man should not be having to carry the load that AD should be carrying at this point of his career. Not at this point.
And you can't say he wasn't getting the touches. He had 16 shots last night. So you can't say they wasn't feeding him the ball.
Yeah.
I think this just go to show, man, that AD ain't that dude and it's still on LeBron, even at his old age. That's all that's saying. AD ain't that dude. People got to stop expecting AD to be something he's not. As if he ain't, was he like 29, 30 years old or something now? If he ain't got to that next level where he can be the man for the Lakers consistently, he probably ain't gonna never be that way. He is what he is.
Yeah, man.
All
But hey, fellas,
these Lakers fans tried to shit on Russ. But look at that.
bro.
Look. They can't blame Russ now.
There's one guy that said that Anthony Davis, it's on him. He's been saying it since day one. That's Charles Barkley. Even when they tried to blame Russell Westbrook, they said it's all Anthony Davis. And that shit is as plain as clear right now, especially against Jokic. Now, see, Anthony Davis, he'll look great against these other guys like Jaren Jackson and teams with not real no centers. But when he plays up against Jokic, bro, like that's where it's gonna be like, damn, what happened? Every time, every time.
Yeah, that's the difference in the series, man. When your best go up against their best, that's what it comes down to. And he ain't that dude. But see, I never thought of Anthony Davis being like that anyway. So I never looked at him as being a guy that would lead the charge. It was surprising
Bro,
that he did when he was
80
in
in
New
New
Orleans.
Orleans, 80 in New Orleans was way better than this 80, bro.
Yeah, but you know what though? I never looked at them as a threat, even with him being the guy in New Orleans. For some reason, let me just say this, man. Like, it's certain players you could see early in their career if they will be that dude. That's just how I look at it. I look at Luca. People can shit on Luca, but I believe in Luca at this point in his career more than I ever thought of AD at his best in New Orleans. To me, I just think that some guys have an it factor about them. Even John Morant. I believe in John Morant more than I would ever believe in Anthony
Oh
Davis
yeah, definitely,
in New Orleans. It's just
definitely.
he AD. It's something always been missing about AD. So I mean, I looked at him as being a supporting guy for LeBron. The problem is they don't have somebody else they can turn to. So it's still gonna be on LeBron, whether the Laker fans like it or not.
And you can't really rely on LeBron though, bro. Like
Nah, you can't.
he's clearly not the same player as he used to be. Like
Yeah, and
that's
that's the
clear
Right.
as
sad
day.
part.
So I
Yep.
can't
And
really
that's where the
blame
Lakers get screwed.
LeBron for the Lakers
Right.
being a failure because AD's supposed to be the best player by far. He's supposed to take the
Yep.
keys, bro.
Right. But all right, fellas, finna go in this arena right now. So I'm gonna get off here, man. But appreciate y'all boys coming in, man. It's been a great morning live. I'm gonna start doing more of these lives early, and so I can get more people in. But
That
we should be
nigga
back on.
definitely.
If not tonight or tomorrow, we back on live. So um, appreciate y'all boys coming in.
Hello, BJ.
Yeah, yeah, no problem, BJ. Always good to come along with
Salute,
Salute
us.
to y'all,
OG.
man. Salute Oak. Salute Cam.
All right, peace.
All right, y'all. So again, man, continuously follow the Pull Up Basketball Podcast, man. If you guys like what y'all heard, man, hit the Cash App, $ BJ Matthews. Again, $ BJ Matthews, or hit the like button below. You know what I'm saying? To be a part of the Pull Up Basketball family, share and subscribe as well. Continue to support the movement, man. For those of you that know, I'm working with the LA Clippers this upcoming season, so there'll be a lot of great content y'all be seeing, not just on the podcast, me doing, regular shows like this, but also I'll be, taking videos and photos of some of the things going on with the Clippers. So make sure y'all continue to support the podcast, man. Share with your family and friends. A lot of great things coming for y'all, man. Definitely appreciate y'all coming in. If y'all have any bets that y'all want to make, man, make sure you guys, let me know. Email me, bjmatthews3@gmail.com. We can get those bets going and running. And yeah, so until next time, we respectfully say, pull up a seat, pull up a chair, pull out. Peace. Out of here like swimwear.
like that. Woo!